It doesn't matter what kind of day you've had. It doesn't matter how tired you are or how loud the world has been. Right now, in this moment, there is a story waiting for you. Welcome to a good time to sleep. I'm glad you're here. Tonight, I want to tell you a true story. A story about a 17-year-old girl who fell 2 miles out of the sky on Christmas Eve into the middle of the Amazon rainforest, alone, and then walked out. This really happened. Every single word of what I'm about to tell you is true. Her name was Juliane Koepcke, and to understand why she survived what no one else could, you have to understand who she was before that Christmas Eve. Juliane was not an ordinary teenager. Her parents were German zoologists, scientists who had fallen in love with Peru, with its rivers and its creatures and its ancient breathing forests. When Juliane was just 14 years old, her parents packed up their lives and moved deep into the Amazon rainforest to build a research station. Not visit, not vacation, live. For 2 years, the jungle was her home. She learned which plants were safe and which were deadly. She learned to follow water downstream, because downstream always leads to people. She learned to move carefully, to observe, to stay calm when the forest reminded you that you were not in charge. Then she returned to the city for school. And on the 23rd of December, 1971, the night before everything changed, she graduated. Her mother sat in the audience, proud. They danced at the school celebration. They laughed. The next morning, they boarded a plane together. Destination, her father, waiting in the jungle for Christmas. They almost didn't get on that flight. All the others were fully booked. There was only one airline with seats left, Lanza. Juliane's father had warned them about Lanza. He didn't trust the airline. He asked them not to fly with Lanza, but it was Christmas, and they wanted to get home. So they boarded. 92 people were on that flight. 1 hour into the flight, the sky turned dark. Not gradually, suddenly, the kind of darkness that has weight to it. A thunderstorm, massive, violent, had swallowed the sky around them. Juliane looked out the window. She saw something flicker on the left engine, a bright white light. Her mother looked at it too. Then her mother said, very quietly, almost gently, "That is the end. It's all over." Those were the last words Juliane ever heard from her mother. The lightning struck. The plane did not crash. It did not nosedive. It simply came apart. Mid-air, at 21,000 feet, it simply came apart. And Juliane Koepcke, still strapped into her row of 3 seats, was thrown into the open sky. She was falling, 2 miles above the earth, no plane around her, no parachute, just sky and wind and the distant green canopy of the Amazon far below. She remembers seeing the trees spinning toward her. She said they looked like broccoli. She thought that was strange, to notice something like that. Then she lost consciousness. When she opened her eyes, she was lying on the floor of the jungle, still strapped to her seatbelt still buckled. The jungle was quiet around her. Birds called somewhere above. Insects moved through the undergrowth. The Amazon had caught her. Later, scientists would try to explain it. The row of seats, they believed, had spun through the air like a helicopter blade, slowing her descent. The updraft from the thunderstorm may have helped. The thick canopy of the rainforest had broken her fall, layer by layer. She had fallen 10,000 feet, and she was alive. She had a broken collarbone, a deep gash on her left calf. Her right eye was swollen, partly shut. A concussion blurred her vision, but she was alive. She lay there until morning. When the golden light came through the trees, she would later say she would never forget that light. Green and golden and still, she began to look for her mother. She searched, she called. Only the jungle answered. Her mother was gone. Juliane was alone. She remembered what her father had told her. If you are ever lost in the jungle, find water. Follow it downstream. Downstream always leads to people. So she found a small creek and she began to walk. She had no food. She had no shoes. They had been torn off in the fall. She had no medicine. She had no way of contacting anyone. What she had was a small bag of sweets she found in the wreckage of the plane, and the 2 years she had spent learning this forest as a child. Day after day she walked, through shallow rivers waist deep, through mud that pulled at her feet, through clouds of insects that never stopped. She came across the wreckage of the plane, scattered through the jungle like broken toys. She found other passengers, still strapped to their seats, still dressed for Christmas. Gone. She didn't touch them. She used a stick to gently check whether her mother was among them. She was not yet. She kept walking. On the 9th day, Juliane found a small shelter, a palm leaf roof, an outboard motor, a path. She was too weak to go further. She laid down on the floor of the shelter and she waited. She watched the frogs in the trees above her. She was hungry enough to consider eating them, but something made her hesitate. Later, she would learn those were poison dart frogs. If she had eaten them, she would have died. The jungle had saved her again. The 11th day, she heard voices. 3 lumberjacks came down the path and found a girl lying on the floor of their camp, sunburned, infected, barely conscious, staring up at them. She said in Spanish, "I'm a girl who was in the Lanza crash. My name is Juliane." They thought she was a water spirit, a jungle ghost, something that could not be real. But she was real. They treated her wounds. They fed her. They put her in a canoe and traveled 11 hours downriver to find her help. Juliane Koepcke had walked out of the Amazon, 11 days, alone, 2 miles from where the sky had dropped her. Of the 92 people on that flight, Juliane was the only survivor. 14 others, including her mother, had survived the fall. They were found later. They had waited for rescue that never came in time. Juliane was the only one who had the knowledge and the will and perhaps a strange, impossible fortune to walk out. She helped search parties find the crash site. She helped bring the others home. She went back to school. She became a scientist just like her parents. She returned to Panguana, the research station her mother and father built, and she runs it to this day. She went back to the forest that caught her, not out of fear, not to face something, but because she loves it. In 2021, 50 years after that Christmas Eve, she told an interviewer, "I grew up knowing that nothing is really safe, not even the solid ground I walked on. The memories have helped me again and again to keep a cool head even in difficult situations." A girl who fell from the sky and learned to call the thing that caught her home. Thank you for spending this time with me tonight. This has been a good time to sleep. New stories every week. Subscribe if you'd like to come back. And until next time, rest well. Moon.